Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to fix a leak in a Jandy valve. If you see water that's dripping from one of your valves, chances are the gaskets are cracked and gone bad and need to be replaced. This happens frequently in climates where it gets cold and your pump has an automatic antifreeze feature, so that kicks the pump on in the middle of the night when it's at its coldest, and your rubber gaskets are at their coldest as well. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself some replacement O-rings. I got this off of Amazon. It was about $7 and it gives you 12 sets of O-rings. And the next thing you want to do, of course, is turn your pump off. And I like to turn off the circuit breaker so that there's no chance of that. And then these have the actuator on it, but this process is the exact same even if you just have the manual valve. So first thing we're going to do, take out these 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do that and I'll be right back to you. Okay, with those 4 screws removed, now you can take the actuator off, and the valve is just below it. You see the valve has got 3 screws holding it on. You also want to make note of where the inlet goes because you want to put it back on the same exact way. Now we're just going to take off these 3 screws the same way. Okay, so these screws are loosened now. Pull them out. Now this seal's on there, so you probably have to break the seal. And I'm going to look for a flat screwdriver to do that. All right, I'm back with a small screwdriver. Doesn't take much, but it is sealed, so you got to break that seal, and then you can get that up. All right, so what you've got here is a valve that rotates to open up which tube you want to divert the water to. Now, let me try to prop my camera up to give you a better view here. Actually, let me do a little flipperoo. Well, I'll just try to one-hand it. This is my first YouTube video, so basically, here, I'll put this on the fence and you can see. So, pull this out. Comes out. You'll see there's 2 gaskets here, right here. Sometimes they get caught in here and you have to pull them out. Take these gaskets off. All right, so these 2 gaskets come off of this post here, and then there's also a gasket inside the lid right here. So now all right, take your 2 gaskets, push them down on the post. These don't need to be lubed at all, or at least according to the packaging, they don't need to be lubed. There may be pool experts out there that will tell me I should lube them, but pretty confident this is gonna work because I already did the other one. And pull this one over. It's a little tricky. That's where you need a third hand. Okay, so got the ring on, got that on. Now, same way that it came off. So the inlet, that way, holes are lined up. I guess it would help if I put the actual valve in first. And with those new gaskets, you have to put some pressure on it. There you go. Now we just reverse the process. Go there, there, there. And you want to tighten these up snug, but you don't want to over tighten them. You don't want to risk cracking the cat lid. So I get them all snug to get it seated properly, and then I'll tighten them up. Okay, you see it kind of pull right down against that nice fresh gasket. Fresh rubber sealing that all off. You want it to be airtight too, because this particular valve is on the kind of the outflow and goes to the spa or the pool return. When it happens to the intake valve, it gets air into your system and then your pump won't prime. So if you have a problem with your pump not priming, it's probably because these gaskets are bad. Okay, now I'm just going to reverse this process. This goes back on the way it was. It's snug down there. Everything's lined up. And same thing, just going to get these screws in snug, but not overly tight, so that it seats properly. You could use a power drill with a extender on it for the screws. Be a little quicker. I just don't want to take a chance of stripping the heads of the screws. All right, we're ready to fire this thing back up now. Everything looks good. Everything's on. Looks sealed all the way around. And back over to the board. Circuit breaker on. Pump filter on. And there it goes. No leaks. Everything's looking good. All right, there you go. No need to hire a pool guy for $100 to do something that took 10 minutes.